She called herself the Crypto Queen, from a small town in Bulgaria to a billion-dollar empire, and then she vanished. This is the rise and fall of Ruja Ignatova. July 30th, 1979. In Sofia, Bulgaria, a brilliant mind was born, Ruja Ignatova. With an engineer father and a doctor mother, intelligence was in her DNA. Ruja wasn't just smart, she was ambitious. After studying law in Germany, she earned an MBA from Oxford. She even worked for McKinsey, one of the world's top firms. No one could have imagined that behind this stellar career, one of history's most cunning criminal minds was being forged. In 2014, Ruja introduced her trump card, OneCoin. Her claim was simple. It would be faster and safer than Bitcoin, the ultimate Bitcoin killer. She promised investors a life of luxury and guaranteed that their money would grow tenfold. People across the globe were mesmerized by her charisma, pouring billions into her hands. But there was one massive lie. The backbone of any crypto is the blockchain. But OneCoin didn't have one. It was nothing more than fake numbers on a screen. October 2017. Just as the FBI was closing in, Ruja played her final card. She boarded a flight from Lisbon and vanished into thin air. She hasn't been seen since. Accused of a staggering $4 billion fraud, she is now the only woman on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list. Some say she is dead. Others believe she is living in luxury on a hidden island with a new face. But the true location of the Crypto Queen remains one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. Oxford MBA, McKinsey consultant. She had everything to succeed legitimately. So why did Ruja Ignatova choose to become the world's most wanted fraudster? Let's rewind to the moments that changed everything. Ruja Ignatova wasn't just smart, she was exceptionally gifted. She earned a law degree from the University of Constance in Germany, then went on to complete her MBA from Oxford. After graduation, she landed a job at McKinsey & Company, one of the most prestigious consulting firms in the world. There, she learned how corporations think, how investors make decisions, and, most importantly, how to sell a vision. But traditional success wasn't enough for her. Around 2010, Ruja started her first multi-level marketing business with her brother, Konstantin Ignatov. That's where she first understood the power of dreams, how ordinary people would pour their savings into a promise of quick wealth. Then came Bitcoin. The crypto boom of 2013 opened her eyes to an unregulated financial world. No banks, no governments, no questions. And in 2014, Ruja Ignatova decided to build her own cryptocurrency. She called it OneCoin. An Oxford-educated lawyer, a McKinsey consultant. How did she become the mastermind behind a $4 billion scam? The answer lies in one thing: unchecked ambition. Better than Bitcoin. No banks, no taxes, guaranteed returns. That was the promise of OneCoin. But there was one small problem. There was no coin, no blockchain, no technology, just an empire built on lies. Here's how Ruja Ignatova fooled the world. In 2014, Ruja Ignatova launched OneCoin with a simple promise: better than Bitcoin. She told investors it was more secure, easier to use, and would make them millionaires overnight. She called it the next revolution in cryptocurrency. But here's what she didn't tell them. OneCoin had no blockchain, no public ledger, no mining, no transaction verification, just a central database that Ruja herself controlled. The numbers on the screen, they were whatever she wanted them to be. So how did she pull it off? She used a multi-level marketing model, the same structure as illegal pyramid schemes. Existing investors were paid with money from new investors. Classic Ponzi scheme, but dressed in crypto clothing. Ruja wasn't just selling a coin. She was selling a dream. Freedom, wealth, status. She held lavish seminars in Dubai, London, and Singapore. 5-star hotels, private jets, red carpets. Ordinary people handed over their life savings, their homes, even their children's education funds. By 2017, OneCoin had collected over $4 billion from millions of people across the globe. But none of them knew the truth. The entire empire was built on nothing but Ruja's words and their blind faith. And soon, the walls would start closing in.